All right, the Maharashtra Home Minister putting up a valiant defense. Let me go across to now Dr. Muzaffar Lakdawala, laparoscopic GI surgeon. Also, at present, he's volunteered with the BMC. He's running the NSCI Dome facility in Worli, one of the biggest COVID-19 facilities there in Mumbai. Also joining me on the program is Dr. Jaleel Parkar, pulmonologist with the Leelavati Hospital. Let me start with you, Dr. Lakdawala. You heard the Home Minister. All I'm trying to understand is a very simple thing. Mumbai has 25,000 cases. Delhi has about 11,000 cases, and the scenes that we're seeing from Mumbai, whether it's from Sion Hospital or other hospitals, the health infrastructure literally bursting at the seams. Why is that the case? I mean, is it because the infrastructure is not able to keep pace with the number of people, or is it because the number of people who are recovering is not able to keep pace with the number of new case admissions that are happening?
I think you heard the Honorable Home Minister say the right thing. Mumbai is probably one of the most populous cities with the maximum number of international people who've come in. We've got a large number of slums and hugely densely populated areas like Dharavi, Worli, Kolivada, and various other things. We've also one of the first cities in India to probably test the maximum. So we had a large number of cases. Now we do know that this virus spreads. You've got all major cities in the world, be it Singapore, be it Italy, be it New York, all of them have got massive numbers of cases. Not that their infrastructure is any poorer. You've got the same scenes happening in majority of the best hospitals in the world. What I want to say is that I've partnered with the BMC and I do know that they are making their best efforts. We've yet not reached the peak. We should be reaching the peak somewhere soon. But I think we are getting ready. We probably will be ready by the time whatever hits the ceiling. I think we
but tell me, we're right now looking at 25,000 cases. You're saying we still haven't hit the peak in Mumbai. What would the peak be? Would it be 50,000? Would it be 1 lakh? What would the peak be? And again, the thing that I asked the minister, and I'm asking you again, it's not like there were no international arrivals in other cities. It's not like there were no slums in other cities. It's not like all the cases in Mumbai are happening only in the slums. Something is amiss in that city in a way that we're not able to see in other cities, in a way that we're frankly not able to put a finger on.
So I completely am with you that the number of cases in Mumbai are much higher than probably, I don't know why the cases would be lower, and that's only for the government officials to answer that.
Sure.
As far as what I know is that we've been working really hard to try, and I do know that at the NSCI Dome, like you said, I'm handling that. Our recovery rates are probably the best in India. We've got around a 70% recovery rate. So when you said the recovery rates are lower, that's incorrect, because we've got 841 cases that have come through us, and we've already got more than around 550 discharges. So that's far higher than any national average that you're looking at. What also is important to note and pertinent to note is that we've had a 94-year-old lady who's done well. We've had a 2-year-old kid who's gone home. We've got more than above 60 years of age with diabetes, hypertension, more than 160 of those recovered. So the infrastructure is right up there, and Mumbai probably is the base of healthcare in India, if we go to speak.
Okay, one second. Since you brought up the recovery rate, I think I'll just show it on the magic wall for our viewers. And this is for Maharashtra as a whole. Maybe you're right, Dr. Lakdawala. In your facility at the NSCI Dome in Worli, maybe you have a great recovery rate. I don't know about that, but I'll show you what it is for the state of Maharashtra, for the city of Mumbai, and then you'll get a sense of why it's so worse off from the rest of the country. This is the recovery rate as far as the whole country is concerned. We're right now at 41%, so which means 4 out of 10 are recovering. This is the national average. So obviously there are states like Kerala, for example, where the recovery rate is 75%. So this is an average of all 29 states put together. Now let me go to the state of Maharashtra. Take a look at Maharashtra. Maharashtra's recovery rate is 28%. That's about 12-13% lower than the 41% national average. Now, if Maharashtra's rate is 28%, then the rate for Mumbai would be even lower than 28%, because more than 2/3 of the cases in Maharashtra are coming from the city of Mumbai. So my point is, while one facility, and I'm sure I'm not joining issue with you, Dr. Lakdawala, while your facility might have a great recovery rate, fact is the city's recovery rate is far short of the national average. What I'm trying
totally different
again,
from what it is
again
in US
in this context,
in
this context, the comparison was how the health infrastructure in both cities are struggling to cope. Let me get a final word from Dr. Lakdawala. You're saying that we're still at the peak. So basically, what that means is every single day we're having newer sort of peaks as far as the 24-hour rate of infections is concerned. Today we have the latest about 1,700. Unless that comes down, Dr. Lakdawala, I don't see how the number of cases in Mumbai is going to plateau. Because, like I said, the recovery rate for the city is lower than the national average. So unless you find a way to bring down the new additions per 24 hours, you're really not going to see a flattening of the curve.
So I'll tell you where we are differing from, let's say, Delhi or from the other side, some of the cities that you mentioned. We have a population which largely lives in the slum, where they share toilets. So we are not being able to discharge people according to ICMR guidelines on the 10th day. So we try and put them up for another 4 or 5 days and then we send them. Okay, so that's where the recovery ratios are changing. Another thing is that 80 to 85% of this population is asymptomatic, all right? So though you're having large numbers, they will eventually recover. Where we are building capacity and where the BMC and the government has done extremely well, I believe so, is building ICU beds. I don't think this speed of building ICU beds has been seen anywhere across. I am personally an advisor to the BMC now, and I can tell you that within the space of another 15 days, we'll have 10,000 ICU beds, all equipped with either ventilators or high-flow oxygen. So before we touch the peak, I think we'll be ready to prevent more deaths, at least in this city.
Okay, I think the new BMC commissioner has just referred to this. He feels at the current rate of growth of 5.5–6%, Mumbai will be looking at close to 50,000 cases by the end of May. So basically, you're going to double in the next sort of 8 to 10 days. Today we're on the 22nd. In the next 8 to 9 days, you're going to go from 25,000 to almost 50,000. I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, Dr. Parkar, Dr. Lakdawala. Look, again, I want to reiterate this. I want to say this once again, affirm this. This is not a blame game. We're not trying to pin, a responsibility on any one of the doctors or the BMC or the COVID facilities there. We're simply saying that yes, it is the most populous city in the country. Yes, it's a city where everybody goes because they know that if they make it in Mumbai, they can make it in life. But ultimately, questions need to be asked about how the city has been able to deal with this pandemic, and if there are failings therein, then that needs to be highlighted as well. Thank you very much for joining us here on the broadcast here on Brass Tacks. Let me now